Greetings and welcome, friends. Mr. Waddy here. I just was thinking I would love to help you prepare for your Chapter 2 test. And here's some problems from page 94 in our Big Ideas Algebra 1 textbook. I'm just going to go over a few. I'll go over them a little bit quicker than normal. If you want to see some slower explanations, go check out the actual section lessons or me going over those particular homework assignments. But today this is just going to be like, bam, review, boom, 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 and just filling our brain buckets with as much as we can before we go into this test and hoping we don't spill any along the way. So problem 1, it says, let's see, write the sentence as an inequality. A number D, okay, minus 2, I'm there, is less than, so is less than means it's a relationship because I see the word is, less than -1. We actually didn't even have this homework on page 94 last night. This is just like an optional thing that I figure we should review for the test. What was your question? That's due tomorrow, so maybe you're golden. Maybe tonight you don't have anything to do. That's great. You'll just be able to enjoy it. All right. So let's take a look at question 2 then. 10 is at least the product of a number h and 5. So 10 is at least. That means it could be equal or bigger. All right, at least means that's the smallest it ever could get, and it's more than that most of the time. So let's see, the product of a number h and 5. I guess I could write that as 5h if I wanted. So there we go. That's what we've got. Let's check out some other problems. Here we go. Some actual solving using our inverse operations in reverse PEMDAS order. Sad map. All right, that was like the theme song. Bam. So let's see. Solving for p, subtract 4 from both sides to get the variable by itself. So p, do I have to flip this inequality? No, because I'm allowed to add and subtract just fine. It's when I multiply or divide by a negative that I've got to flip the inequality. Let's see, question, I'll graph these in a moment. 11, I've got -3/4 times n is less than or equal to 3. The best way to deal with a fraction in front of a variable is, or the fastest way, is to multiply by its reciprocal. So I'm going to multiply by -4/3. And watch this. This will simultaneously just like destroy all non-variable things on this side. Watch. It's just like the perfect, like genetically designed weapon to destroy this fraction. This is amazing. Let's see. So 4 and 4 cancel out. 3 and 3. And negative, and bam, n is by itself. I just like instantly decimated all of its enemy, or all of its allies, and now n is all alone. He has no hope. I'm going after you, n. I'm going to find out what you're less than or greater than equal to. So let's see, I multiply both sides by a negative, right? So I've got to flip the inequality. And let's see here, the 3's cancel out, and I'll just have -4. All right. Let's see, let's quick number line this. These will be the only 2 that I graph today because I'm trying to do this el más rápido. All right, so here's my nombre lines. Let's see, 0 and 7 and 0 and -4. All right, so let's graph this. I will have p is less than 6. Oh, it always fools me, guys. They done fooled me. Open circle, shade it to the left because less than is to the left. And n is greater than or equal to 4. Fill that circle. Yeah, actually, I heard a teacher just the other day say that when it's equal to, you bubble it in like on a Scantron test. A little multiple choice sheet that you're filling in the bubble. So that's what you do when it's equal to that. So there we go. There's our graphs. There's our inequalities. You get the idea. Good stuff. Infinitely many solutions, but they are of a select set of numbers on the number line. Okay, here we go. Still solving. All right, here we got a multi-step. So I've got b divided by 2 and added by 9. SADMEP order. I would subtract 9 from both sides. So let's see. Negative, becoming more negative. Add those numbers. 4 and 9. 13, maintaining its negativity. Don't flip that inequality. I'll have b divided by 2. To get rid of the dividing by 2, the inverse operation is to multiply by 2, both sides. I still don't have to flip that inequality because I'm multiplying by a positive. So let's see here, the 2's cancel out, I'll get b. And now let's flip the whole thing because I'm a fan of having the variable on the left-hand side, which would include the sign being flipped with everybody else. All right, let's see, here we go. Another multi-step, I've got variables on both sides. Remember, you should always try to distribute, you should try to simplify, combine like terms, but all of that's been done. Now it's just for me to move the variables together. Normally I say move the little guy to the big guy, which -3 is smaller than +1, but let's just this time, just to practice this idea a little further, do it the quote-unquote, I was going to say wrong way, but I can't even call it that. It's another right way. It's perfectly legitimate. So let's see. And I would then subtract 7 from both sides, right? Right. You guys you're collecting these thoughts in your brain buckets. This is good. Let's see. 3 minus 7. The numbers are different. 7 minus 3 is 4. Keep the sign of the more influential. And let's see. Now I will divide by -4. Flip that inequality, and n is equal to +1 because these minus signs canceled out, and 4 divided by 4 is 1. Right? Good stuff. Let's see. I think I've got one more problem for us to consider. A compound inequality. Pound it. All right, here we go. This is an and problem because it's got the variable is in the middle, and there's 2 inequality symbols, 3 quote-unquote sides of this problem. It's kind of like when StarCraft came out back in 1998 and broke the model of real-time strategy games. Instead of just having 2 different factions, it had 3 factions, the Zerg, the Terran, the Protoss. We've got 3 sides to this inequality, friends. We're going to deal with all 3 sides at the same time. So let's see, to get z or z by itself, we will subtract 1 from both sides. Man, 1998 was a good year for video games. 19 minus 1 is 18, is greater than or equal to, looks like 3z is by itself over here. Greater than or equal to becomes more negative, -6. What do you guys think my next move is? Divide everybody by 3. Everybody by 3. Notice all 3 sides are being divided. So let's see. 6 is greater than or equal to z is greater than or equal to -2. And then I like to write this in least to greatest form, so I'm going to flip the whole thing around like so. And so this is an and situation. I guess I'll graph this one because these are interesting. Cero and -2 y 7 nombres. Let's see. So I will have a closed circle at -2 because it includes it. It's got the equal to thing going there. For it, closed circle at 6. And notice the variable is in between those things, so I'm going to shade in between them. Right, good times, good times. Right, so there we go. There's our possible solution set represented by a graph and solved algebraically. Yeah, hooray! I think I'm good. All right. Well, best of luck on your test, my friends. Have a good day.